Right, so today we are learning 15.4, which is the perpendicular bisector of triangles. So the circumcenter theorem says the perpendicular bisectors of the sides of a triangle intersect at a point that is equidistant from the vertices of the triangle. Now that is a mouthful. But notice that this segment here is creating a right angle and is bisecting segment AC. So this is the perpendicular bisector of AC. And then if you look over here, this is creating a right angle and it's cutting BC in half. So this is the perpendicular bisector of BC. And then on this one, here's my right angle. Notice AB is cut in half. So this is the perpendicular bisector of AB. So what does this mean? Notice that all three perpendicular bisectors intersect at point P. So P is called the circumcenter. Very fancy name. The circumcenter is equidistant, the same distance from all of the vertices of the triangle. So in this picture here, that would mean that this length is equal to this length is equal to this length. The circumcenter is equidistant to the vertices or the corners of the triangle. So if we're looking here, it says segment KZ, segment LZ, and segment MZ are the perpendicular bisectors of triangle GHJ. Use the given information to find the length of each segment. Note that the figures are not drawn to scale. So we're going to fill in our given information into the picture. So we have segment ZG, so from Z to G is 65. From H to L, it's 63. And from Z to L, it's 16. So we're going to find ZJ. So starting from Z and going to J. Notice that's going from the circumcenter to the vertex. So that's going to also be the same length as this one over here. So that should be 65. Now to find from H to Z. Notice it's going from the vertex to the circumcenter. So that will also be 65. Now I'm finding from L to J. Notice this was cut in half. That's the bisector of this segment. So if this is 63, this is 63. So LJ is 63. The last part is asking for HJ. So starting at H, going all the way to J, notice you have to add the 63 plus the 63. That would make 126. All right, for this example, we are given that from Z to M is 25. From Z to H, it's 65. And from G all the way to J, it's 120. So that whole thing is 120. We are asked to find from Z to G. So notice that's from the circumcenter to the vertex. And notice that length is 65. So ZG is 65. Okay, now we're looking from Z to J. Notice that's from the circumcenter to the vertex, so that is also 65. Now we're looking from G to M. Notice this is half the length of the 120, so that should be 60. And then from M to J, that's the other half of the 120, so that is also 60. Okay, it says to graph the triangle with the given vertices and find the circumcenter of the triangle. So let's plot these points. We have negative 4, 0. Remember, this is going left 4, up 0. So you start at 0, 0. We're going to go left 4, up 0. Put a dot and then label that point Q. R is at 0, 0, so that's at the origin. 0, 0, that's point R. And then S is at 0, 6, so that means you're going left 0, right 0, but you're going up 6. So starting at the origin, we'd go up 6, put a dot, call that S. We're going to connect these 3 dots to make a triangle. If we're trying to find the circumcenter, you have to find the perpendicular bisector of the sides of the triangle. So, if I try to find the perpendicular bisector of QR, we want to find the line that would cut this segment in half. So notice if I go right 2, left 2, this is going to cut QR in half and create a right angle. Now I have to do the same thing with segment RS. So we have to go exactly down the middle of RS and create a right angle. So notice if you're going up 3, you'd go here, and then down 3, you're also going through here. So notice that's cutting RS in half, creating a right angle. That is the perpendicular bisector. Notice these 2 lines cross. Where they cross is the circumcenter. So the coordinates of that point, going back to 0, 0, it's left 2, up 3. So it's at negative 2, comma 3. One more time. We have point K at 1, 1. So starting at 0, 0, go right 1 and up 1, put a dot, call it K. L is at 1, 7, so you're going to go right 1 and up 7. And then M is at 6, 1. Connect these points to make a triangle. I'm going to draw in the perpendicular bisector of KM. So notice halfway is here. It's in between 3 and 4, so it's right there. Creating a right angle, cutting KM in half. Now I have to do the same thing with KL. So going halfway in between, you've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so it's going to be through here. Those 2 lines intersect at the circumcenter. The coordinate of that point, we went right 3.5, and we went up 4. So it's at 3.5, comma 4.